trying to make a decision. This is the auger. This pushes the dirt out of the way as the chain excavates the material from the earth for the trench. Pushes it out of the way. This is the auger driver. So I got it somewhat cleaned up. I've got all the materials taken apart. I cleaned up the, this is the shiny piece that's, this is called the auger driver, and then this is part of the auger assembly. So each one of these has, these rubber things are made out of like tire material. It's the same stuff. It's fabric infused. It's the same stuff as the flap, protector flap for the auger assembly. So these go through, and then these bolt through to the flange here on the auger itself, just like that. The problem I'm having is, well, these are egged out. You can see, that's really easy to see. These are egged. So a case could be made for either repairing the flange or replacing the auger. The auger, this is all one piece, and I'm sure this is a few $100. This flange here is also crazy, and I'm going to take it back to the table here. And we're going to take a closer look, and we're going to try to make a decision. Take off my gloves here. Yeah, I'm really good at this video thing. There we go. So I'm just going to take one of these apart, because basically the story is the same for each one of these holes. So there's a hole in each one of these. You can see there's a bevel. Obviously there's supposed to be some sort of a bevel. In the drawings, these are for like vibration isolation, so that makes sense. There's a lot of vibration going on there. But you know, dirt and debris gets in here, and eventually it wears this out. And you can see these are egged. These are definitely not round anymore. You know, so I was thinking, you know, do I replace this? And seeing as the auger assembly is egged, this is egged. And one of these, it's this one actually, I think right here. One of these is really bad. Here, I'm just going to put this back together real quick so that I don't lose it. Like that. Like that. And then the nut. Sure, this is the one right here. This one's particularly bad. So the concern that I have is how much material is left here. This is really thin right here. So, you know, I could make a case for replacing this whole thing. Unfortunately, I'm over budget on this project, and I could replace this assembly because this is the end of the spindle. You know, this goes to the spindle right here. This goes to the spindle housing, which is connected to the spindle motor. So it just keeps going this direction. And all these assemblies bolt on to here, so all these can be removed easily. I mean, probably get it done in an afternoon if they break. So if this breaks or the auger breaks, that's an afternoon and parts. But it's not a tear down like I'm doing right now. This to replace would be a tear down, and it's in good shape. These holes are in great shape. And they're not threaded at all. And there's no damage at all inside each one of these holes on the this is called the auger driver. So this is in great shape. I'm gonna prime it. I'm gonna paint it, and it's gonna go back into production. So I think that's the end of the replacement parts. I'm not going to replace it. So yeah, that's it. The Barreto 20 RTK project continues.